What's going on, Flyers fans? It's me. It's your boy, Sal G. And the Flyers win tonight. Saturday night hockey action, yo. The Flyers win their third straight game, 5-2 at home. First game in a 5-game homestand for the Fly Guys. They are now 8-2 on the season, so they are picking back up, the Fly Guys here, facing pretty much a mirror image team on the Buffalo Sabres. A lot of similarities with record. I mean, Buffalo is 8-9-1. The Flyers are 8-8-2, but also they had some win streaks. Same win streaks, and both of their last wins came in overtime. So that's interesting. But yeah, guys, a good win tonight for the Fly Boys. And man, are they turning their season around? Because things certainly seem different. They really do. I mean, the Flyers started their season 1-5-1, while the Sabres also started 1-4-1. I'm going to mention they both turned things around recently, playing great hockey. Philadelphia is 4-0-1 in its last 5 games, and Buffalo is 4-2-0 in its last 6. That's counting tonight's game. And I mentioned that both teams had to use a third period comeback to win in overtime in their most recent games prior to this one. So, yeah, guys, how are we feeling about the Flyers? Good stuff? Good stuff or what? Feeling good? Feeling good? Feeling great? Barbara checking in. How you doing, Barbara? No Flyers lost and no therapy session tonight. It's a win, and we're celebrating. Starting to play better and get some key saves. We are, you know who's playing better? Ivan Fedotov. Shout out to Ivan Fedotov. Yeah, one of the last goals he let in, that probably was a kind of a soft goal. He should have had that. But 3 straight wins for Ivan Fedotov. When I saw Fedotov was getting the start tonight, I was wondering what was going on. In the middle of the game, Jim Jackson mentioned that Sam Ersson has an injury and he'll be out a week or so. So I don't know if it was the same type of injury that Ersson had like a week or so ago that kept him out of a game. Um, but Ivan Fedotov now 3 straight wins for him. He's playing much better. Yeah, he's not looking like the goalie that we had in the beginning of the season, where he was just letting everything up. Pretty much had like a 6 goals against average, looking terrible, looking like maybe Cal Peterson was going to be a better option than Fedotov, but he played his butt off. So shout out to him, and shout out to the show here, please, everybody. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Really means a lot to us. Check out It's a Wrap Network. Got a lot of great stuff out there for you guys. Not just Clear the Ice, but we also have Maddie B's show. I have my own show. I'm lucky enough to get one. Maddie B gave me one, so I'm very thankful for that. That's Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you check out that show. That's a weekly Philly show that I host, where we just talk about whatever's going on in the city, with the 4 major sports, or whatever else we're going to talk about in Philadelphia. It's not just limited to hockey, basketball, baseball, and football. Whatever else we want to talk about, we can chat about. And we talk about some silly, crazy stuff too. I ramble, I mumble, I go on my high horse, and I fall off it. But make sure you check that out. Say we got some good stuff for you. Steve checking in. What's up, brother? Says brick up, stabilized. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Torts. That's right, Steve. Torts knows how to ride a ship. He does a lot of I guess maybe unconventional things, like benching your star player, like benching Matvey Mishkov for 2 straight games. Benching your captain Sean Couturier last season. But it works, and maybe Torts does it to light a fire under players' butts, just to get them going. But it works, and I think he's a good coach. I think he's a good coach for this team while they're in transition. They're rebuilding, whatever you want to call it. retooling is what the front office, Danny Briere and Keith Jones call it, I believe. But it's a rebuild, and I think Torts is the right guy at the moment to lead them. Now, when they become, a team that's making the playoffs, maybe they transition to another coach as well. So we'll see what happens there. But Torts with these young guys, I think he's doing a really good job with them. It looked like the Flyers are going to be one of the worst teams in the NHL, and now they've been playing really well recently. It's not just 3 straight wins for Fedotov, but 3 straight wins for the hockey club as well. 5 straight games with points for the Flyers. 6-3 in their last 9 games, so that seems like a bit of a turnaround. Had a 3-game road trip where they faced murderer's row of teams, facing the Florida Panthers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I believe the Carolina Hurricanes. So all of them 3 good teams faced them on the road, went 1-1-1, and that's pretty darn good. And like you say, you got 3 straight wins for the Flyboys, 6-3 of their last 9 games. So that's something to look on. I wouldn't just look at the record as a whole. It seems like they're starting to turn things around, and some of the players. Let's hope Ersin gets back soon. Hopefully, it's not a long-term injury. Maybe Koloslov will get a start here and there. I don't know. Maybe he'll get one start. But right now, it looks like Fedotov's the guy, and he's playing well. And Steve's saying, I don't think people should get all bent when young dudes, which really haven't played 82 games, get a couple games off. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get that people want to see Mishkov play, and it's a good thing that they're not benching him at home, because for all the things that the Flyers don't have going well for them, or the expectations for them, sitting your star player that people are paying good money to see, that's probably not something you're going to do. So doing it on the road and benching guys here and there, I don't think there's an issue with it. I mean, teams do it. Teams do it. Look, we talk about baseball, Steve, during during the season last season here, and guys get rested all the time. Guys are in and out of the lineups. I mean, I don't think it hurts for a guy to be a healthy scratch now and then. I really don't. Does a guy have to play 82 games? I don't know if they're having if they're having a cold stretch, or mental blocks, or just not playing well, or maybe they're physically just exhausted and banged up and could just use a day. Like a guy like Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson's not a young player. Shout out to Eric Johnson. 1,000 games for Eric Johnson, the 15th Flyer ever to reach 1,000 games. It's kind of impressive, 1,000 games. I mean, that's at least playing in the league for 13 seasons if you've played every one of those 82 games every year. Johnson's been in the league for 17 years. So he was the number 1 overall pick in 2006. I did not know that till I watched the game tonight. So that's pretty neat. So shout out Eric Johnson. Yeah, he's an older cat. And, he was healthy scratches. And when Cam York comes back, he might be going back to being a healthy scratch for the defensive side. Maybe it'll be Igor Zamula, but Zamula's been playing better. So we'll see what happens there. All right, let's get into this game, guys. Let's get into this game. Got a lot of stuff here written down. And if I didn't mention, maybe I mentioned, me, man. These late games. I'm an old man. It's the first of 5-game homestand for the Flyers. So that's pretty cool that they don't have to go on all these crazy trips and go to Canada for a 3-game road trip and, go West Coast for a long stretch. And they get to be at home for 5 games, won their first game. Let's see if they can, keep that run going, keep winning games, see what happens. And Eric Johnson, too, he got to do a solo skate for the home crowd during pre-games. So that was cool to see. Players giving them the ice tap and all that, the boards tap. 3rd consecutive start for Ivan Fedotov, and hopefully Ersin comes back soon. The next game for the Flyers is going to be on, as I'm scrolling through here, Colorado. That's on Monday at home. So we'll see if Ersin plays, if Fedotov is back in. Flyers don't have any back-to-backs that I see here. Actually, the 29th and the 30th. So 2 weeks from now, Ersin will probably be back then. But if he's not, Kolosov will probably get a start. Maybe he'll mix him in anyway, just to get him some work, because you want that young guy to get some work. And, he's bickering and complaining and whining that if he doesn't get the play, he wants to go back to Russia or Belarus, wherever he's from. He's Belarusian, I believe, or Russian, but from that area, not from around here. All right. So Konechny on a 6-game point streak. He has been hot as hell right now. Also for Konechny, he's got 19 points in his last 12 games. That's pretty darn good. Travis Konechny, one of our best offensive players on the team, probably our best at the moment. Michkov could surpass him eventually, but not right now. Like to see Tippett get right up there where TK is. But, man, I don't think we'll be where we are right now without Travis Konechny on this team. So, shout out to TK. And first period, Flyers. It was all Flyers for most of this game. Flyers power play. There was a power play goal, right? Yeah, Tyson Forster puts it in the trash can. Assist by Joel Farabee and Tony Dick. Anthony Richard, Forrester, Brink, Richard were all over, crashing the net. They were all down there when Farabee took a shot. And you had Richard there, Brink, Forrester. They were all there, crashing the net. That's what you want to see. That's how you get those trash man touchdowns, trash man goals. And Forrester puts it in. Forrester going to be a free agent after this year. I wonder, is he a guy that Flyers probably move? Probably, right? Probably. They're probably going to sell guys, even if they are still contending. They were contending last year, and Danny Briere said they weren't buying. Shots on goal in the first period, the Flyers had 10 to Tampa Bay 7. But, man, the Flyers in the first period, I noticed good forechecking from them. Tons of pressure by the Flyers, block shots by players, and good defense. So that's what you wanted to see. Fedotov did not have to do a lot in this game. He didn't have a ton of saves. And the Flyers defense, penalty kill, it's just the team as a whole. And for 60 minutes, this team played very well. And then first period, there was another goal. Travis Sanheim. Man, is this the new Paul Coffey or what? Defensive players that get goals, man. Got to love it. One-timer for Travis Sanheim. Blasted from the top circle. Assist by Igor Zamula, and Travis Konechny puts the Flyers up 2-0. And then we head into the second period. Fedotov, in his last 2 games, coming into this game, 2.32 goals against average, 55 save. Excuse me, no. Yeah, and 92% save percentage. And those numbers, he only gave up 2 goals in this one, so my math isn't that good. I believe, though, the numbers could come down, but Fedotov playing awesome. A goal, Igor Zamula. Igor Zamula has been playing well. He had a one-timer. 3-game point streak for Igor. Puck deflected as it was going towards the net and went through Buffalo goalie Levi's 5-hole. That puts the Flyers up 3-0. Assists from Tony Dick and Matvey Michkov. And Anthony Richard, Tony Dick, 6 points in 5 games for him. I mean, this guy, it seems to me that once he came up, the Flyers completely changed offensively. I mean, they were getting more shots on goal. They already have speed in the lineup, but they're adding more. I mean, he has a nose for the net, and he's playing really well. So you got to keep him in there. Keep him playing. He's 27 years old. Keep him playing. He's probably not costing anything. He was playing in the minors. Let's go. 10:39. We had a Buffalo power play, but then just 14 seconds later, Buffalo mucks it up, and we get 4-on-4 hockey action, yo. Ivan Fedotov had a breakaway save, or a one-on-one save, I should say. It was nice. Say Fedotov didn't had tons of saves, but a lot of his saves were quality saves, and he played very well. Owen Tippett took a big hit in this period. He was off of the bench for a while. It looked like, they were wondering if it could have been a concussion, but it looked like it was the Buffalo player led into Tippett's shoulder more so than his head. So, and Tippett did end up coming back in the game, but that was a scary hit. He got hit by a Buffalo player, and then while Tippett's on the ground, another Buffalo player just trips over him. Nothing intentional about any of that happened. But in the second period, Buffalo had a power play, 15 minute, 22 seconds. Andre got a hooking, and then the Flyers go, and then Buffalo again mucks up a power play opportunity. Flyers end up going, getting a penalty called on them for a slashing call. Scott Lawton had a chance for a shorthanded goal and was denied because he was slashed. So that forced 4-on-4 hockey action. And then we had Flyers goal. Travis Konechny, 17:07 in the second period with assist by Matvei Mishkov. This was the first of 2 goals for Konechny in this game. Mishkov, what a play, what a setup by Mishkov. I mean, if you guys didn't see this goal, check the replay because it's unbelievable. You'll see it on highlights. But Mishkov had a 2-on-1 with Konechny. They're heading toward the net. Beautiful pass, hitting Travis Konechny. Mishkov stuck up his skate like he was going to take a shot, faked it, and quick pass to Konechny. Konechny puts it in, scores, Flyers up 4-0 with that goal. Mishkov was then checked right after that goal, and Konechny stood up for Mishkov, and then he ended up getting a call for the penalty. So did the Buffalo player. They got roughing calls on that, but it's cool that everybody's sticking up for the young kid. Mishkov doesn't seem to be afraid of everything. He has no problems mixing it up, pushing guys when there's a scrum, getting in there. But you don't want guys to take cheap shots on him. He's a young kid. You don't want him to be getting in the fights with guys. So it's cool that the older players, the veterans, are sticking up for him and telling the other teams, telling the other players on the other teams, hey, this is our guy. You don't mess with him. If you're going to mess with them, you're going to mess with TK, who's not a tough guy at all, but he's sticking up for his guys. You're going to mess with Eric Johnson, who's not a fighter, but he's definitely sticking up for his guys. Saw him getting a fight last game. And observation I noticed, I saw one of the billboards for Grillo's Pickles, and then I started looking at Garnet Hathaway, and with the scruff and the mustache, he looks a lot like Frank Grillo. And Frank Grillo is an actor. He's in a lot of the Marvel comic movies, Avengers movies. He was the Crossbones guy. He's in Tulsa King. He was in some of those Purge movies. So Frank Grillo, Garnet Hathaway, doppelgangers there. And in the second period, I don't know, I'm sorry if I've already mentioned this, but 14 shots on goal in the second period. Tampa Bay had 12 shots on goal. And then heading into the third period, I didn't record the shots on goal. Oh well, I don't have that. But Matvei Mishkov, 15 points in 15 games, leads all rookies in the NHL. And remember, he was healthy scratch for 2 of those games. So pretty neat to see. Rookie of the year, Matvei Mishkov. Let's go, baby. Third period, 10:06 in the third. We got a goal by Buffalo, power play goal. Dahlin with the slap shot. An assist by Tuck and Zucker. And then 10:26, we get a scrum with a Flyers power play. In that scrum, you had Matvei Mishkov getting into it. Tripping call. And then Buffalo was on the power play, 13:03. But the Flyers do what the Flyers do on power plays, shut them down. They killed that penalty. Noah Cates had a chance to get his first goal. It would have been a shorthanded goal. It was a breakaway. Couldn't put it in. So the first goal is always the hardest, isn't it? Third period, 18:55. Buffalo scores again. They had 6 on 5. They let the goalie go, so they added an extra player with the empty net. This goal was on Fedotov. Loose puck. Fedotov couldn't stop it. It was under his legs, and it was jammed home for the goal. Flyers still up 4-2 though. Flyers never lost the lead in this game, so Hey, it's always important in the NHL to get your 4 goals. 4 goals, it seems to be the standard. 4 games. If you get up 4 goals, good chances are you're going to win that game. Travis Konechny, 1942 in the third period, scores an empty netter. Second goal of the game. Like I said, Travis Konechny, 19 points in his last 12 games. He's a house of fire, helping the Flyers out big time. 5 straight games with points, 3 straight wins, 6-3 in their last 9. Your stars of the game, Travis Sanheim, Paul Coffey, incarnate. Paul Coffey's still alive, I believe. So I probably shouldn't say incarnate. 1 goal, 1 assist for Sanheim. Ivan Fedotov, 3 straight wins in his line. He had only 25 saves, gave up 2 goals. One was a soft goal. The other one might not have been probably wasn't his fault. And Travis Konechny, your number 1 star of the game with 2 goals and 1 assist. And checking some more out here. Got some comments. Same, same with Coots. Couturier, I don't think his back could take 80 games anymore. Yeah, rest them or limit his ice time. And, people might be like, I think the player and the team and the coaches, I'm sure whatever they're doing, everybody's agreeing on it. You might not like getting benched. You might not like, having your limits or minutes limited. But if it helps you stay healthy for the rest of the season, that's what you do. Steve saying, I'd much rather see Oliver Bonk up here and include Z as part of a trade package. Jared Spurgeon with size is not a bad thing for this team. Okay. Nice. Bonk. Is he related to another Bonk? I feel like I know another Bonk that played in the NHL. If Tyson Forrester gets interviewed after the game in the locker room, could we get another Tyson butt shot tonight? Oh, we got to talk about. Oh man, just to go off the rails a little bit here. I was going to save this for Monday too, but that if you guys watched that last night, thankfully, it wasn't a fight that cost you $100 and change, because that's what pay-per-view fights cost nowadays. If you have a Netflix subscription, you got to watch the fight. I didn't have one because I'm not rich like everybody else. I can't afford to have all these streaming services. Everything costs so darn much. I signed up just to watch the fight. I paid $6.99, but the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight was ass. Tyson. Um, it sucked. It was what you thought a 58-year-old fighter would be. Even though he was a fighter, he looked like an old man, and it kind of felt bad for him. But then you realize he got 20 million for the fight, and I stopped feeling bad for him. And I wish it was me. But that fight stunk. But the what Chris is talking about here, if you guys saw that, he was being interviewed, and I had to rewind it because I didn't understand what was going on here. Because after I saw the butt, he kissed the guy, and then he saw his butt, and I'm like, what is going on here? Are they showing the right film? Is there something else going on? Is this a home video? Because I don't know what was going on with that thong, but it was Tyson's son that was interviewing him. So Tyson said, "I love you" to the guy and kissed him on his face. And it's kind of like, huh, that's a little strange. But it was his son. It made sense. But it's just strange that the kiss happened and they panned in the butt cheeks. I kind of had a laugh out of that. Steve said, I haven't heard the term Tony Dick since Tony Dick gets the gas face. I don't know what that means, and I'm not going to Google it, Steve. But yeah, man, Anthony Richard is Tony Dick. Yes, that's what he's. And I didn't come up with that name. I wish I did. But that's his name, Anthony Richard. 2 more assists for the Mad Russian. Rookie of the year. Looking like it so far. I think there's only one other rookie, right, in the NHL. Fury, that has a chance for Rookie of the Year if it's not Mishkov. But I'm liking it. Tony Dick costs nothing. He's a cup of coffee journeyman, so there's no reason to trade a guy like that. If he's not costing anything, don't trade him. Let him play. His speed, his energy, it's something the team could use, and it seemed to feed off that. So good for them. Forster is young, is going to be a restricted free agent. I don't see them trading him. Okay, so you think the Flyers will end up you think the Flyers will end up keeping trying to sign Foster then if he's young? Okay. So how's the restriction work? That means the other team can offer the contract. Flyers have the opportunity to match it, Is that what that means? I'm not as familiar with the contracts in the NHL as you are, brother, but I'm sure you know. Paul Coffey is rolling around in his grave and he's not even dead yet. Yeah, you know the expression. Paul Coffey, man. We had Paul Coffey on this team. We had past his prime Paul Coffey. Remember the Flyers for many years would get those players that were just past their prime. We got Forsberg when we had him originally. We could have drafted him over Lindros, right? But we got him past his prime. We got Adam Oates. We got Paul Coffey. We got Jaromir Jagr, and the list probably goes on and on. My boy Rye, what's up, brother? Who wins the title first, the Flyers or the Sixers? Well, at the moment, the Sixers still have a better chance to win a title over the Flyers. However, with the way everything's going with the Sixers, I feel they're completely snake bit. I don't know how often you're going to get Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey playing on the court at the same time. So, for this year and possibly next year, I think that's your Sixers window. Flyers aren't going to win a cup this year, probably not going to win one next year, too. So, Sixers have the better chance, but am I crazy to say that the Flyers are going to win it first? Because I don't know. I just don't see the Sixers winning it. Too many good teams. I don't see them beating Boston. Cleveland Cavaliers are on fire right now. It's crazy, but the Sixers have a better chance. But I'm going to say Flyers are going to win it first. You heard it here first on Clear the Ice on It's a Wrap Network. Flyers win a cup before the Sixers win the NBA Finals trophy. Now, the NBA Emirates Cup doesn't count. Sixers could win that, but we can't count that. All right, let's see if there's anything else. We'll just take a look at the box score here real quick. So Noah Cates had a plus minus of 3. He had a plus 3 in the game. It was pretty good for him. He had an opportunity for a goal. That was the one shot on goal he had. It was a breakaway, shorthanded opportunity. Couldn't put it home. Joel Farabee had 4 shots on goal with the assist. I mean, he's having a lot of shots on goal lately. Tyson Forrester, 4 shots on goal for him with that goal. And Garnet Hathaway, 3 shots on goal. And Travis Konechny, 6 shots on goal to go along with his 2 goals, 1 assist. Your number 1 star of the game, plus 3 for him. Rasmus Ristolainen had 3 shots. Travis Sanheim, Paul Coffey, baby, 5 shots on goal, goal and assist for him. And Igor Zamula had a shot on goal and it went in. And he had an assist. So you like that. Levi, who I don't believe is the typical starter for Buffalo. He had 27 saves on 31 shots. Not a good game for him. 87% save percentage. And Fedotov playing like a different guy. So let's hope we get everybody back healthy. No more injuries. Get everybody back soon. Let's see it. Oh, some other shots here. So team total, shots on goal, Buffalo 25, Flyers outshot them 32. That's what you like to see. Both teams had power play goals. Face-off wins pretty much dead even, 38 for Buffalo, 39 for the Flyers. And penalties, Buffalo had 6, Flyers had 5. And I think a couple opportunities for Buffalo. They had some power play opportunities, but those power plays ended up ending because they screwed up, committed penalties on their end, and then you got 4-on-4 hockey action. So next game, Colorado, Flyers at home. I believe it's Dollar Dog Night at Wells Fargo. So, man, if you like cheap hot dogs on a Monday, you got nothing to do, go to the game. Check it out. Check out Colorado. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody hanging in. Make sure you throw up a like, share, and subscribe. Click. There I'm trying to follow it. I can't do it. It's always backwards for me. Follow It's a Wrap Network on YouTube. Subscribe there. Follow me on X at SalGPhilly. Appreciate everybody hanging in. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Have a good rest of your weekend. Let's go, Philly sports teams. Let's go, Flyers. Fly till you die, baby. There it is. Later.